watching this, Danisha, we hooked up one time. I don't know why you're crashing out over it that fucking bad. The fact that it went from just berating me in my DMs to straight lying about pregnancy to now harassing me on the internet, on all the dead homies, you're a weirdo. Now,
It's genuinely terrifying how people just believe everything they see online without critical analysis or examination of what they're being presented.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of City Boys Raw. Now, we definitely gonna get into what the hell is being presented and what evidence is being shown. But I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get right into the episode. I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's go, guys.
Danisha Carter's been harassing me for the last month and a half. Let's talk about it. Over a month and a half ago, we matched on a dating app and I regretfully hooked up with her. Since then, I realized that she not only lied about her age, but she also lied about being pregnant in an attempt to coerce me and emotionally blackmail me into sleeping with her again. That sounds crazy, but I'll show you all the screenshots. But before I address that, I want to address all these comments that your followers are leaving me. You keep spreading claims that I cheated on my girlfriend with you. Whole time I didn't meet the woman that you're referring to until after we hooked up. So let's not get it twisted. And trust and believe, if I met her first, I would have never fucking spoke to you. Me and Danisha hooked up on the night of January 9th. In the days following that, being a true Angelino, I was volunteering with fire relief efforts. Because I was volunteering, I was not texting back quick enough for Danisha's liking, which led to her being very rude to me through text message. Pause to read
these messages real quick. Alright, so basically what it's saying is this is from her. Hey, I feel like I've been bothering you or I'm more interested than you are, so I'm gonna pull back. But it was nice to meet you. He responds with, hey, my bad, morning, I've been all over the place. You're out doing mutual, or we're out doing mutual aid. But you're not bothering me, LOL. LOL, now I see why you're single at 25, chronic fumbler. What the fuck? He says, nah, why are you being mean, LOL, unnecessary. Aren't you single at 27? That's some real shit. She gonna say some, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Y'all really do be over, it's crazy, man. He said, what? Skullface, LOL, I literally don't have an issue. No issue. No, the issue is mine. I know I'm better than to give groupies a chance, LOL. And I wasn't mean to you. I just never took you for the type to get weird after spending time with someone. But like I said, I should have known better. So it sounds like she's got her feelings hurt, man. That's exactly what it sounds like. A lot of girls talk like this when they get their feelings hurt. They'll say certain shit, thinking it's gonna get to you, you know, calling them a groupie and shit like that. Like, making it seem like it's his loss and all this shit. Like, he really don't care. He really don't care that much, man. But it's an ego thing for ladies, man. It's an ego thing, man. When the less you care, the more they want to know why you don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that this particular girl probably has guys drooling all over for her, and this one guy was just like, cut her off, man. Let's continue, guys.
In response to that, I just explained that I was busy, but she kept berating me, so I just left her on red and stopped responding. She messaged me 2 or 3 days later apologizing for what she said, and I still didn't respond. A week or two later, Danisha messaged me saying that we need to talk. We spent over 30 minutes on the phone in which Danisha refused to disclose what we needed to talk about, and she said that we could only talk about it in person. Remember that for later. I expressed to her since she was rude, I did not feel comfortable coming over to her house, especially because she was saying I needed to come over at around 9, 10, 11 p.m. I told her we could meet at a cafe and talk about it. She refused, so we ended up getting off the phone. Later that day, she messages me saying that I need to send her my address so her attorney could send over paperwork. Remember that for later. Obviously, in response to that, I tell her that we can hop on the phone. Again, we talk for about 30 minutes in which she refuses to disclose what she wants to talk about. And at the end, she tells me that she's pregnant. At that point, I realized that maybe we do need to talk in person. Because our schedules weren't matching up, we ended up just hopping on FaceTime. On that FaceTime, we talked about a lot of things, including her father working in finance and her mother being an Egyptian national who works in counterterrorism programs in America. Mind you, I don't even know if that's true. And by the end of this, you'll realize that it's really hard to believe anything she says. We spoke about what the plan was moving forward because frankly, I don't want to have a child with anyone right now, especially not her. Mind you, all the times that we've spoken so far, she's made an attempt to try to get me to come over to her house to talk about it in person. Conclusion of that phone call, she said that she needs more time to think about it, and honestly, that's fair. 2 or 3 days later, she messages me saying, actually, I'll have my attorney contact you, please send me your address. At that point, I'm like, hey, have your attorney contact me because you're being very fucking weird. Now, this is where shit gets juicy. I'm actually making this into a part 2, but I'm gonna post it right the fuck now.
Alright, guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop into part 2, man. This is getting crazy, man, but it seems like you got a crazy woman on his hands, but let's go.
Part 2 of how Danisha Carter has been harassing me for over a month and a half. You need to get caught up. The first video was posted right before this. Pretty much Danisha crossed her friend, leading to him outing their entire text message thread. And if you want all the receipts to read yourself, I will link them in a Google Drive in the comment. These messages are in response to her telling me to come over to her house and me saying that I don't feel comfortable doing so. Her friend said maybe he can't afford an Uber, and you can read the rest. This is where shit gets juicy. Why would Danisha message her friend, but it's very on brand for the WAG trying to trap an athlete quote unquote, suddenly pregnant pissed athlete wants proof, uh-oh, I had a miscarriage. And her friend tells her to practice her pregnancy gate. Pause to read the rest. First few messages are a bit unimportant, but it's pretty much Danisha and her employer slash friend who outed her talking about travel accommodations. But then if you look right here, I don't know how to play this now that I'm not saying I'm pregnant, laugh my ass off. Or screenshots. Do I actually tell him I'm pregnant, or do I make the reveal that I just want to fuck him? And her friend tells her that, hey, the reveal is good, but don't overplay your hand. Danisha then says, so don't say I'm pregnant, and her friend says to save it. Then she says, okay, he won't hate me for lying to him just to fuck him? And then her friend responds, he's a man, Danisha. And says, I'm also a man who hates her and a man who has a mother.
So it sounds like this Danisha's getting advice from the wrong motherfucker, man. She's doing all this shit and pretending to be pregnant just so she can fuck him again? And he looks like he's kind of gay. Like, I don't understand this. I'm confused. But this should go to show y'all how sneaky and how conniving some women really are, man. They really are like this and shit, man. She's coming up with a whole fucking plan discussing this shit. Like, you serious? Just to get some dick? You serious? This is crazy, man.
Laugh my fucking ass off. I mean, if some girl is yapping about being pregnant, wouldn't he tell her? Then I'm attacked from all sides. The Compton commie. Let's just overlook the racial undertones of calling me some kind of Compton commie. Whole time I'm not even from fucking Compton, bro. Her friend says, no one tells their main bitch that their side bitch is pregnant. It's like you never listen to confessions. Mind you, there was no main, and Danisha could not be a side if her name was Onion Rings. Her friend tells her that by lying to me about being pregnant, I will come over and the emotions will be high, the intimacy will be high, we'll lock eyes, and then the end. And then she says, what, do I appear worried or scared? Nervous? He says yes. She says, then I tell him that I went to the doctor and got a blood test for my thyroid and I'm pregnant. And if he doesn't believe it, we pulled out. Sorry, this is so many details. And she's fucking right. This is so many.
Best friend is actually a guy, man. Yeah, this is pure evil. This is pure evil. Whoever that guy is needs to be fucking ashamed of himself, for real, man.
Details. I'd rather not have to share this shit, but you keep fucking harassing me, so here you go. Now that we got the screenshots out of the way, let's dive into the next issue. The reason she kept asking for my address to send over attorney paperwork is because she was trying to fucking dox me. Her friend exposed her for trying to fucking dox me in the same Discord server where she's telling everyone that I'm a fucking cheater. The same Discord server where she got another man doxed a few years ago for saying she's a fucking catfish. Now let's really talk about it. Danisha is poor. There's nothing wrong with being poor. She puts on this facade of being some kind of rich upper class girl, and that's not true. She told me she had 2 houses in Los Angeles, but really, one of the houses belongs to the person who outed her. He pays her $2,000 a month to manage the company's social media just to keep her afloat. And the other house is just a roommate situation with a girl who she continuously talks shit about. And her TikTok's not even monetized. You're literally just being a capitalist shill for free. And if you need more proof, I've got roommates who could corroborate the entire story. If you're watching this, Danisha, we hooked up one time. I don't know why you're crashing out over it that fucking bad. The fact that it went from just berating me in my DMs to straight lying about pregnancy to now harassing me on the internet, on all the dead homies, you're a weirdo. Now please, don't ever contact me again or I will just continue to spill receipt. Thank you.
Like I said, man, this sounds like classic crazy girl, man. It's, we've all been there. We've all been there. And it's very believable for me to like a lot of the comments are like, oh, I don't believe him and he's gay and he's this and he's that. First of all, he's coming with receipts. He's coming with real screenshots. Second of all, if you're a man, even if you're a female, but especially if you're a man that gets girls, you've had this happen to you before, man. I know this exact story. I've had it happen to me before. They get so angry and so upset and so hurt by being rejected and not being put where they think they should, where they think they belong, that they'll literally start making up stories about you and do character assassination. It's actually crazy, man. It's actually really fucking crazy. And I always tell y'all guys, man, the prettier they are, the crazier they are. Shit up. And this girl is really pretty. I thought she was AI at first. That's how pretty she is. She's very pretty, but the fact is that she's a very ugly person. She's a very ugly, evil person and shit like that. She's planning on fucking pregnancy. And what's crazy about this shit is that this ain't even the first girl that's doing this shit. There's plenty of other women that do shit like this, that make plans to get pregnant by dudes that don't want kids, that know they don't really want to be with them like that, but because their ego is so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like their ego gets in the way of them making actual real logical decisions. You know what I mean? This particular girl really looks like she's not used to, she probably gets whatever she wants most of the time. She probably does. You know what I'm saying? And because this guy is not giving her what she wants, now all of a sudden he's all this bullshit and he's a cheater, to the point where you're making up stories about him having a girlfriend. Man, you say he ain't got a girlfriend, man. How you gonna tell him what he got? He gonna tell what the fuck he got. It don't even make sense, man. And like I said, man, the dude that's actually like sitting up here and condoning this shit, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. You really ought to be ashamed of yourself as a man for sitting up here and condoning this shit and giving her actual, like, this is bullshit, bro. Whatever you're doing is bullshit, man. You're willingly participating in this dumb shit. But I'd like to know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.